Okay, so moving on, we're going to talk about arithmetic sequences and series today. And we're obviously going to start with the sequences first, since that's what we've been kind of doing since lesson 1. So in an arithmetic sequence, the difference, which we know is subtraction, is between consecutive integers is constant, which means the difference between our numbers in our consecutive sequence of integers, they're going to be a constant value. They don't fluctuate. If we're adding by 3, we're adding all terms by 3. If we're subtracting by 5, we're subtracting all terms by 5. So it's going to be a consistent difference between those numbers. The constant difference is called the common difference. And we're going to actually it's going to be denoted by the letter or variable D. So for example, in this next sequence, we go from 3 to 6 to 9 to 12 to 15. So obviously we are adding 3 to get to the next term. Another way we can look at this, in order for us to know whether this is an arithmetic sequence or not, we can find the difference between the consecutive integers. And what we do is we take 6 minus 3, which we know is 3. If we take our next term groupings, 9 minus 6, we get 3. 12 minus 9 gives us 3, and 15 minus 12 gives us 3. So we know that we're increasing our pattern by adding 3, but the differences between those numbers is going to be a positive number. So we know we're adding, we're getting bigger, and that number, that common difference, is consistent. So we know that this is an arithmetic sequence. So let's look at example 1. All example 1 is having us do is for letters A and B, we're just saying yes or no whether or not this is an arithmetic sequence or not. So in letter A, we go from 0 to 7, so we know we're adding 7, adding 7, adding 7, adding 7. So for all of these, we're adding a constant value to the next one, which means my common difference is positive 7. So because the common difference, or the difference between the consecutive number, is constant, this is, yes, it is arithmetic. And that's because the difference between my consecutive numbers is constant. It's a plus 7. We're getting bigger. And letter B, let's double check. From 1 to 3, we're adding 2. From 3 to 6, we're adding 3. From 6 to 10, we're adding 4. From 10 to 5, we're adding 5. So because we are getting bigger in this sequence, but it's not constant, right? We're not increasing. We don't have a difference of a constant number between our consecutive values. So in this case, this is no, not arithmetic. And in order for it to be arithmetic, it has to be plus or minus a value. We're not timesing anything by here. We're not dividing any numbers in our sequence here. So we're not increasing and decreasing by multiplication or division. We're only increasing and decreasing by adding and subtracting between the numbers. So at this time, I want you guys to take a couple minutes and come up with your answers for the Now You Tries numbers 1, 2, and 3, and we'll check those answers together in class the next time that we meet.